right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahshua, Harakakadash. Double honors to apostles, great millstone, salutations to your elect, which you ought to be. It's your brother Hawaii from GMS Chicago. Got a quick little lesson for you Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelites who bear shame of looking like heathens, whose spirit bear witness that they are a child of Heavenly Father. And the name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, who the world English calls Jehovah God. And the name of the Heavenly Son is Yahweh Shai, who the world English calls Jesus Christ, who Jesus Christos, who Yeshua, Yeshua, Yahweh. And pretty much this lesson, going over a couple of notes and stuff, is to prove that the Israelites were of dark skin. You know what I'm saying? You know, and what it actually means to have melanin, because it also says in the book of Jeremiah and stuff that Israel is pretty much like onto a speckled bird, man. You know, and when you think of speckled birds and stuff, the main bird that come to mind and stuff is a sparrow. You know what I'm saying? The sparrow has numerous of shades of different browns and stuff when they come down to his feathers. You know what I'm saying? And that's how Israel is. You know what I'm saying? Even from the beginning, before we used to even call Israelites. You know what I'm saying? You know, when we was called Adamites and stuff, man. You know? So I'm going to start off with Jeremiah. First, what I want to do is that I want to go into this. Now, I put shades of melanin skin, you know what I'm saying? Let's see, you go to this one, and you see, you know, you got the cream color all the way to the darkest brown, you know what I'm saying? You know, there's nobody that's actually out there black, you know what I'm saying? Like black as a tire or black as asphalt and stuff. Nobody's that color, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody, no color is it's the same color as a black cat. You know what I'm saying? You know, they might seem very, very dark, but the thing is that they're just a very dark brown. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people who think that they have black hair, when you put it in the sun, you find out that it's actually brown and not black. You know what I'm saying? Unless you got Gadite hair, which is Native American Indians. You know what I'm saying? They the ones who got the jettest of blackest of hair. You know what I'm saying? You know? So as you can see, this is different colors, right? Now, says what race has melanin? So like, yeah. Well, yeah. All right, this is it says your skin gets its color from a pigment called melanin. It says if your body makes too much melanin, your skin gets darker. So there you go. You know what I'm saying? It says, and then it goes into a disease and stuff. You know what I'm saying? No, it's another one. I can't find the other one. Right. It says issues with melanin are linked to several skin pigment disorders. It says the albinism or also leprosy. You know what I'm saying? What the people call vitiligo. It says this red disorder results from very little melanin. People with albinism have uh, white hair, blue eyes, pale skin, and may have vision problems. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much to have melanin and stuff, it causes you to have brown skin. So this is Jeremiah 14:2. It says, Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black onto the ground, and the cry of Jerusalem is going up. You know what I'm saying? You know, so when they say black as the ground and stuff, when it come down to dirt is dark brown. You know what I'm saying? It could look black. You know what I'm saying? You know, when it gets when it rains outside and stuff, it looks black, but really is brown. You know what I'm saying? You know? And then when you go into that word black, it's the Hebrew word quadar, it's the quadadah narah, which means dark colored. You know what I'm saying? By application, uh, 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 to be black, make black dark. You know what I'm saying? You know, darken. You know, blackish. You know what I'm saying? And ain't no such thing as blackish. You know, it's only dark brown. You know. So this is Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 21. It says, for the hurt of the daughter of my people and my hurt, I am black and astonished, have taken hold of me. So this is a couple of scriptures that's going into how, uh, 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 the prove that the Israelites was dark skinned or the brown skin. This is Limitations. Limitations. Limitations chapter 4 verse 8. It says their visage is blacker than coal. They are not known in the streets. You know what I'm saying? That word visage is the word, the R. It's the tha, the ah, and the ra, the R. And it says that is appearance. You know what I'm saying? So your appearance is blacker than coal. It says they are not known in the streets, meaning the Israelites don't know who they are. It says their skin cleaved to their bones and it's withered and it's become like a stick. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much there's different shades of Israelites and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And once again, when it comes down to the word black, it just means a dark skin, you know what I'm saying? Qadar, So there's going to be different Israelites that get that are different shades, you know what I'm saying? Even when it come down to Israelites where you'll consider them as yellow people and stuff, you know what I'm saying? When they got a yellow tinge and stuff, you know what I'm saying? They're still considered they still have melanin and stuff, so which is some sort of shade of brown. You know what I'm saying? Even when people that's ruddy, you know what I'm saying, when they got a ruddy hue, you know what I'm saying, over them and stuff, you know what I'm saying? That's the only reason why they call the Native American Indians Redskins and stuff, because even though they was still brown, you know what I'm saying, they got a red hue, you know what I'm saying? And a red hue, think of it like it's like a mixture where you can see the main color and stuff, but then there's another color that's there as well. You know what I'm saying? But uh, uh, it's not primary, if you want to look at it that way, or if you can understand that. This is Songs of Solomon 1:5. It says, I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar. It says, as the curtains of Solomon. You know what I'm saying? So going to that word Kedar is once again Qadar, so that means Solomon was of brown skin. He had melanin. You know what I'm saying? Those without melanin and stuff, guess what? They don't have brown skin. And it's also those without melanin, they're enemies of the sun. So to have, actually, I'm just continue on. Well, those who are, actually, I'm just keep going. This is Revelations 1:13. It says in the midst of the seven candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, and it's talking about Yahweh Shai, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. It says his head and his hairs were white like wool. Now, who has hair that's near to sheep wool? You know what I'm saying? Niggas. You know what I'm saying? It says as white as snow. It says, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. So it gives you the texture and then tells you, the color, because, verse 15, it says, and his feet, it says, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters. So it says, and his feet like unto fine brass. So what color is brass? Yeah. There you go. That's burned brass. That's the color. So that means Yahweh Shai was dark skinned, right? This is John. This is John chapter 14, verse 8. It says Philip, which is one of the 12 apostles, it says, Philip saith unto him, Lord, shoot us the Father, and it suffices for us. Verse 9, it says, Yahushua saith unto him, Have I been so long time with you, and yet hast thou not known me, Philip? He that seen me have seen the Father. Right? So it wasn't just in this was a father-like son. Yahushua was about his father's business. So guess what? He was keeping the law, statutes, commandments. And he had the whole 100% measure where he was able to do these things. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it was also a physical appearance. You know what I'm saying? You know, it says, and how sayest thou then shoot us the Father, and mean show. You know what I'm saying? You know, so they wanted to see, they wanted to see, man. You know, and Yahushua gave it to him. This is Daniel's chapter 7, verse 9. It says, And behold, till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the Ancient of Days is the Heavenly Father Yahweh, right? It says, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. So once again, he has woolly hair. You know, it tells you the texture. It describes the texture. It doesn't say straight. You know what I'm saying? It says woolly. It says a pure wool. It says his throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. So it shows that the Heavenly Father is, guess what you would consider a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Or a so-called black man, if that sounds better for you all. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to get to, this is Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. It says, well, when you go into this word, it goes in Alahayim, you know what I'm saying? But once you get to the second chapter, the Heavenly Father Yahweh takes all the credit, you know what I'm saying? Because he's the creator of all things. So it says, Genesis 1 and 26, it says, and Alahayim said, which means powers. It's in Alahayim said, let us make man in our image. Now, when you go into that word image, it's the word tazalam. It's the taza, the la, and the ma, tazalam, which means meaning to shade. It says that is figuratively illusion, resemblance. You know what I'm saying? You know, to resemble, you know. So this word, going to the etymology and stuff, the word resemblance, it means similarity in appearance or external or superficial details. External means outside. You know what I'm saying? You know? So that means that everybody that was created firstly and stuff, they had melanin and stuff, and they was a shade of brown, right? Reading again, Genesis 1 and 26, it says, and Alahayim said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness. Let me see. Right, likeness, the word damawaf is the da, the ma, the wa, and the tha, damawaf, and it says resemblance, concretely model, shape, like, fashion, likeness, manner, similitude. You know what I'm saying? You know, so external, and then here go the internal. It says, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creepy thing that creepeth upon the earth. You know what I'm saying? Because we was given the wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Like how it says in Genesis 2 and 7 that the Lord had put breath in our nostrils, but he made us from the dust of the earth. You know what I'm saying? It's talking about this wisdom, because when it comes down to animals, they know how to react or act on certain things and stuff based off repetition for things that they have learned. But can they think of these different things? Do they have the ability to of conception? Can they think about stuff? Can they plot stuff? Can they plan out things and stuff? Can they do this and do that and stuff? You know what I'm saying? Without using instinct. You know what I'm saying? They don't have that, you know. It says verse 27, so Alahayim created man in his own image, meaning just like them, in the image of the most of Alahayim created he him, male and female created he them. You know what I'm saying? You know. So we was made in the image of the Alahayim, and then the Alahayim, guess who created them? The Heavenly Father. So guess what? That means that the angels, you know what I'm saying, The angels of the Lord, they look like so-called black men, you know. This is my last scripture. This is Genesis chapter 4, verse 15. And this is when the plot changes. Now, this is going into Cain. This also proves that the people was different shades of brown skin. You know what I'm saying? This is Genesis 4 and 15, and this is going into when Abel pleased the Lord with a sacrifice, and Cain didn't. So Cain slew Abel. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord was requiring Cain's answer of what he had done. You know, or what was going on. So this is Genesis 4 and 15. Well, I'll start at 13. It says, and Cain said unto the Lord Yahweh, my punishment is greater than I can bear. It says, behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. You know what I'm saying? It says, and it shall come to pass that every one that findeth me shall slay me. You know what I'm saying? Verse 15, it says, and the Lord said unto him, therefore whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. You know what I'm saying? Which is pretty much draconian law, where you could have you got two different races that commit the same crime and stuff, but one suffers more than the other. You know what I'm saying? You know, no matter how similar or how the same the crime is, one race is going to suffer more than the other. You know what I'm saying? That's called draconian law. You know what I'm saying? And you know, Joel 9:24, the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you'll get judged sevenfold and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It says, and the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any find him should kill him. You know what I'm saying? And when you make a mark and whatnot, that's to be able to recognize something. The word mark is the word awaf. It's the awaf, and it says the sense of appearing, a signal. It says as a flag. It's like as a flag, beacon, evidence. You know what I'm saying? A sign, a token, ensign, token. You know what I'm saying? So that mark, it was a sign of a judgment to Cain, that came further on into Esau. You know what I'm saying? And then through the rest of the nation of Edom. You know what I'm saying? Because Edom was called red. They didn't have no pigmentation. You know what I'm saying? You know? So this is Leviticus. So it shows that Cain was actually dark skinned, that he had melanin. You know what I'm saying? But his curse was that he was going to lose that and no longer be brown skinned. So this is Leviticus chapter 13, verse 12. It says, and if a leprosy break out abroad in the skin, and a leprosy cover all the skin of him that have the plague. Now, see, it says have the plague. The plague is the word nagai. Nagai. It's the nagai and I. Nagai. It says a blow, spot, concretely leprous person address, plague, sore, stricken, stripe, stroke, wound. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much a plague is a disease. You know what I'm saying? Or yeah, it's a disease or disorder, or how you want to call it and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's something bad, right? I'll read again, Leviticus 13 and 12. And if leprosy, let me see what this says. And leprosy is of the skin. It says, and if a leprosy break out abroad in the skin, so it's a condition dealing with the skin. It says, and the leprosy cover all the skin of him that have the plague from his head even to his foot, wheresoever the priest looketh. It says, then the priest shall consider, and behold, if the leprosy have covered all his flesh, he shall pronounce him clean that have the plague. It says it is all turned white. He is clean, and that clean means that clean is talking about to be fully covered. You know what I'm saying, from head to toe. You know what I'm saying. You know, it doesn't mean that that this is okay and stuff, because when you continue to read, I mean, when it comes down to it, when it comes down to people that's leprous and stuff, they don't have any well, when it comes down to the Edomites being fully covered and stuff with leprosy and stuff, they don't have no melanin in their skin. So with them not having no melanin and stuff, when you have melanin, it's like I'm rambling, but when you have melanin and stuff, you absorb sunlight. It's just like the science project when you're trying to make a rainbow and stuff, and you're trying to make a rainbow and you got the prison and whatnot and stuff, and you got the black paper. That's because light is absorbed into black paper and stuff. But then when you have a white surface, a white paper and stuff, light bounces off. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes down to UV rays, it's still in the same sense. People with melanin skin or melanin in their skin and stuff, brown skin or whatever shade, they absorb the sunlight and stuff, and the sunlight is actually beneficial. But when you don't have melanin and you pale flesh, you know what I'm saying, all it does is harm you. You know what I'm saying? People that got brown eyes or melanin in their eyes and stuff, you know what I'm saying, whatever color, but if they got melanin in their eyes and stuff, majority of the time it's brown. You know what I'm saying? When they had that, or even light brown eyes and stuff, when they had that, and it's not context, but it's your real eye color, you know what I'm saying? Yes, it's not good to look into the sun and stuff, but at the same time, the sun rays and stuff doesn't actually damage as much as it would when it comes down to people with blue eyes. You know what I'm saying? Because when you have blue eyes, that means that you have no melanin in your eyes. So therefore, it's very damaging onto your eyes. You know what I'm saying? There's another one. So like it, bear with me. Yeah, so pardon me. I'll do this. This look, I was not that far. This is Leviticus chapter 13, verse 30. It says, "Then the priest shall see the plague," which is also a disease. It says, "And behold, if it be in sight deeper than the skin, and there be in it a yellow thin hair, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a dry skull." It says, "Even a leprosy upon the head or beard." You know what I'm saying? So to have blonde hair and stuff is leprosy of the head, a disease of the head, something that's faulty of the head. You know what I'm saying? And all these things was changed when it came down to Cain, and then further down into his generations and stuff as he kept going. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much, I hope this video was edifying. I like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahshua, Hara, Chakodash. Double honors to apostles, a great millstone, and salutations to your elect, which you ought to be. Shalom, wa, ba, ba, ba.